Hi all, Danny here from Wiltshire Caravans, just doing a quick handover video of a Wildax Constellation XL manual for a customer. He's actually taking delivery in Jersey. So just to give you a quick rundown of everything that's on the outside of the van, we're starting the offside rear. You've got your electric hookup for your hookup cable. You've got marker lights around the van that come on when it's dark. You have your fresh water fill up, like a traditional fuel filler cap. Just quick squeeze off, quick squeeze on, and then put the key in to lock or unlock. Currently unlocked. Boiler vent for when the diesel boiler's working. Please don't cover it over because it needs to breathe. You've got your waste and your fresh. Obviously your waste is in grey and your fresh is blue. They're now closed off, so system sealed, there's no water in there at the moment. Main vehicle exhaust is under here. That does get warm, obviously, but you won't be rattling around under there too much. Won't go into the cab yet, because we'll do that afterwards. Headlights, number plates, grille. Just here, inside the door, is your bonnet pull. Pull it once, and that'll open the bonnet. We'll go back to that in just a sec. Diesel fill up, traditional fuel filler cap again, ignition key in, twist, pulls off. This vehicle does have AdBlue, which you can get from any petrol station. Marker light, slide out step, and the final thing to just show on the rear of this vehicle is this one does have the Fiamma stroke 2-lay style bike rack. Very simple to use. Pull it down. This one's a Fiamma. Lift the bike on. Undo the straps. Put them through the wheel. Pull it tight. And then there's two bars. We've taken them off for transport at the moment, but there's two bars that just clip on there that go onto the frame. Nice and simple. Access to the rear vehicle, just mind your head when you're opening. Gas bottle goes into there. With this particular vehicle, it's got a trimmer lever control that goes on the bottom of the gas tank or on the gas bottle, which is a 6 kilo propane, the orange type. On this side, just so you can see, we've got a traditional toilet cassette like any other motorhome or caravan. It's locked into place with a green lever. Pull it out. As per any traditional toilet cassette, unscrew, tip, press button, that releases the air for you. You can open these up, if I could get it to do it. So just a bit of water into what, rinse it out, same again, pull it up, twist, job done. These particular ones don't have levels on. Some do, some don't. These new type ones don't. So you just have to use what it says on the bottle. Just put it back in, literally, make sure the cap's tight, put it on the tracks, push it, click, locked into place. Just remember inside that the toilet slide is closed when you try and pull it out. If we go to the main habitation door, you've got your over and above awning light and your wind out awning, traditional awning. Your handle for this will be in the rear of the vehicle. Clip it in, unwind it, and it'll come out. Entering the vehicle, the most important thing in here is the control panels. They are an absolute doddle to use. So from off, it's power on. Give it a couple of seconds. If you see the 12 volt illuminated, that means all your lighting systems and circuits are on. You have a water pump, which you should be able to hear. There is no water in the system at the moment, so we'll turn that off because we don't want it to run dry. This is your awning light, literally off and on. This button is to control the colour and the intensity of the LED of the control panel. Next one down, this is your battery levels. So we're seeing that the vehicle itself has got 13.1 volts in at the moment, and the habitation battery has got 13.1 volts in at the moment. There is a 2.9 amp draw at the moment, but that's because we've got a load of lights on. It's a little bit overcast today, so we're not going to be getting full benefit of the sun. However, that will resettle itself because we've just cycled it on and off. So once that's done a levels check, it'll sort itself out. Next one is just your water tanks. That's just doing a calibration now. So that's just telling us what's in the waste tank. The next button is for programming. This is more for us to be playing with, or if you need to set your clock and so on. However, there's nothing very exciting in here. You can change intensity of LED. And you can change the contrast of the LCD. You can change your colours, blues, purples, all different colours. I prefer the greens just because they're a little bit easier to read. And then you just exit out of the system. Save, yes please. Obviously the time's wrong, we'll set the time before it leaves here. And then back again, straight to your power button. That's your on and off for your systems. Above us, we have got 2 temperature senders. One is for the control panel and one is for the boiler itself. It's just so it can measure what temperature it is in the van. You have your master light switches, which will do all your lights around the van apart from the bathroom. That's a separate switch above the bathroom. You have tank heaters on each van. This is purely for if it is so freezing cold that your tanks are starting to freeze, which is very unlikely. Do not leave this switched on for a long time. It will kill the battery. Internal coming in light, but that will go on and off as and when you open and shut the door. Carbon monoxide alarm. TV point, so if you wish to have a TV point installed, there's a 12 volt system there and an aerial feed. The factory standard is an aerial on the roof, so it's all pre-wired for you. You have touch lights dotted around the vehicle, and they are simply just rest your finger on the silver button and that will turn on the mood light and turn on the down light, and touch it again to turn it off. On this particular vehicle we've got an NDS control panel. This is a true reading of everything that's going on. So like the main control panel, we have got 13.1 volts in the battery. This has got a lithium battery. It is 100% full, and it's telling us we've got a 6.3 amp draw on the vehicle at the moment. But that's because we're turning everything on and off and playing with it. That is just a touch screen. It does no more really than just give you a readout. Most of the screens have still got their plastic covers on. We leave on for now. You can do some adjustments and tell the system if it's slightly different than what it is, but we've already done what we've needed to do. Next one is your Truma control panel. This is purely for your boiler, nothing else. Again, it's touchscreen. It is quite intuitive, very easy to use. We can touch on the room temperature. Room climate is switched off. Choose mode to start. Would you like it to vent? So we can tell the system that we'd like the fan to run in the van. Give it a couple of seconds. It will power up and it will blow the air around the van. And it's just clicked, so it's just firing up. We can turn that off by using the touch screen, and we can flick it over to heating. So at the moment it thinks it's 30 degrees in here. Well, it probably is actually. In fact, the temperature set at 30 degrees for testing. It's currently 27 inside the van. But it's just like your home thermostat. It's up and down. You can have it on a speed or just on a comfort level, and you can have it on diesel, on or off, and then you can turn your electricity on or off, or you can have a mixture of both. Entirely up to you what you would prefer. If you're on a hookup, you'd go straight to diesel off and 1800 watts, and that would be plenty. If you So we get an alert to tell us that the Combi D4E, there is no 230 collected to the vehicle. So we've got the alert, so we'll cancel that. So it's electric off, diesel on, and it'll now use the diesel as the boiler. We will switch the heating off because we don't want to confuse the control panel. Hot water is currently switched off. Tap it, switch it on. Would you like 40 degrees for your dishes or 60 degrees for a shower? Entirely up to you. 40 is probably plenty. And again, you've got your cycle. Do you want a diesel boiler or do you want electric? We're actually going to turn it all off because we don't want any hot water. Power off. You can connect it to a Bluetooth app on your phone. That's for you to play with. You've got no notifications in the system because we've cleared down the fault that came up with the 230, but if you do get notifications, they're all in there and it'll give you a brief overview of what's wrong. You do have some settings control which you can change time and date, and display brightness, device manager, touch calibration, so on and so on. Probably best not to play with that too much. And then you can just turn the system off. You know, we can put it into standby or we can physically turn the system off. I'm turning it off because we're going to put it into transport mode soon. In the main vehicle itself, you've got a 240 volt microwave. This does not have the glass dish in because it's the new type, so you don't need to worry about stowing that away or it breaking. Again, that will only work on 240. Fridge wise, we've got a Thetford electric fridge basically. So it doesn't use any gas, doesn't use any diesel. It is currently set to on and at full power. This is adjustable. Basically, you've got a menu button which you can then, it's all touch sensitive, so you can tell the system how hot and how cold you want it, and you can put it into a standby mode as well. Fridge only opens on one side, and on the Constellation it opens into the kitchen area, which is probably the best idea. You have got a freezer and then huge fridge. Again, this will work on hookup or it'll work on the 12 volt battery. It's currently running on the 12 volt battery. To turn the system off, press and hold the blue power button, wait for a second, display goes out, all done. Again, it's got a sticky label on the top, but we'll leave that on for the customer if they want to remove that afterwards. Wardrobes. Inside of here you have your Glomex TV point. You have the 240 socket for the hob. In this particular model, it has got two tables. The table heads are stored against the edge, and then your table legs are at the front. Very easy, they just pull out. If I was at the right angle. Basically, the table head drops on the top, flat. But first things first, unlock it. It screws into the floor at half a turn. So turn it about half a turn and then tighten up by locking the collar. Quite simple. Even Andy could do it. We'll finish off in the kitchen first before we go to the bathroom. You've got your secondary cut wardrobe underneath with hanging rail. There's nothing else in there. It's just nice clear space for you for all of Andy's dresses and skirts and stuff. Around the van, we have got tambour doors. They are on all the overheads. Basically, they are magnetised and they have a lip at the front to stop anything falling out. And they don't rattle like normal motorhome doors, which is unbelievable. 240 sockets dotted around the vehicle, 2 in the kitchen, 1 in the lounge area with a USB on top. So you've got USB sockets around the vehicle as well. All your drawers and catches, press the button when you open it. They've also got an anti-rattle system at the top, which you might be able to see, and it's a spring pressure. So when you shut it, make sure you get the click. And that's the same for all of them, so they'll click. huge larder, again, very sturdy. This one is the normal size. In behind there is the pipework for the taps. You'll never need to get to that. That's more of an engineering thing. Another cupboard with your waste pipe going down through. Again, nothing very exciting in there. And again, the last one with the following finish off of the waste pipe. Under here is the gas valve for the cooker and the hob. Just if you look at the top, that's just an isolator if you need to turn it on or off. And then the rest of it is just traditional cupboards, and then the back end of the gas locker. Windows wise, all your windows have got blackout blinds and fly screen, and that's the same on all your Hecky roof lights as well. This vehicle only has one at the front, but it has the new type with the extra lights, which is quite nice. Some of the vehicles have sliding windows in the kitchens, and they'll literally just unlatch and pull, and then shutting, just make sure, lift flat, and that it catches in place. Rear and side windows are a traditional type. They are twist handles, but they do have a button in the middle that you have to press to unlock, and then once it's open you can lock it into position. In all fairness, this one's got a bike rack on, so it won't go that far anyway. The little clips that you might have seen on all the blinds, these are just an extra to click them together. They do fall off, they do break, and you don't ever need them. So just being honest, they are a waste of time. All sinks on all of the Fiat ranged vans all have a wash nut bowl, a chopping board, a plug, and a sink drainer. So that all comes as factory standard from Wildax. Your cooker is typical piezo ignition, gas hob and gas oven, and it is literally turn the gas on, press the igniter button, and it would ignite. This vehicle's got no gas in it at the moment, but it will have shortly. Last simple thing on the van really would be the bathroom, and it is a traditional shower tap and sink tap. They're all the same, literally on, off, hot, cold. Toilet wise, the toilet does have basically a spinning seat. It doesn't actually move the bowl itself, so you would angle this top of the seat where you would like to sit. Does have an automatic flush which comes from the water tank, so you don't actually need to put any chemicals in. It just takes a water feed out the tank, and then your opening and closing of the toilet cassette, that's now open, so anything that goes through will go into the toilet cassette, and that closes it off to stop any smells. Again, cupboards, all the same. They've got the anti-rattle on, so make sure they have a good click. Click. You've got a towel rail just here. You've got a mini Hecky here, which is press the button in, pull the lever down, and open it up. To lock it all the way down, and just make sure the bar goes past the push button. Again, blackout blinds and a fly screen. Your light switch for this one is just by the mirror. Obviously you can see my handsome face in the mirror, and gladly it's not Andy's, because it might break the mirror. You pick on me enough. Bed wise, bed is really simple. At the moment it's in its single stage. By pulling this lever, it will transition into a small double, which literally flops out. As easy as that. Now most people find that is actually plenty for the pair of them, because that's bigger than a rock and roll bed that you'd have in a T5, T6 Volkswagen. If it's not enough for you and you would like either 2 singles or the huge double, I'll put this away because it'll make life a little bit easier. And we can unfold the single chair. Both seats have a lounging position, so you pull it once and it locks in its first position. That allows the seat back to go back a bit and you can lounge. Otherwise, it all comes apart. This cushion comes off. Hold the line caller. This one sits on this base plate. We have to take a couple more cushions out of the way to allow it to slide. Or not.
So I like watching the experts.
I think we'll edit this bit.
Oh, I don't think we will. I'm going to dine out on this one. There you go.
So now, that's your single, and then it's just place the cushions as and where you would like them. This one is purely because the seat needs to go up into ejecto seato, cuz it really wants to be the other way around, but
It probably doesn't need a bit around.
but they do fit. I'm making a meal of this because really this should be Andy's job because he's the handover queen. But we thought we'd have a bit of fun today. Yeah, Andy's expense, and I'd have a go. While I've got everything apart and up here, under here is a 100 amp hour lithium leisure battery, which I've prepared earlier for everyone to have a look at. And then also under here is all the gubbins. So we've got an NDS cellular controller, battery to battery charger, your 240, your 12 volt sockets. Basically everything under here is what controls the whole system. What we'd like to say is do not put your duvets, your big shoes, your pillows in there because it all needs to breathe. So yeah, like me, it'll get sweaty and hot. It won't be very nice or pleasant. All your cushions slide back into place. This one, your last one, all drop on. Oops. All drop on. Nice and easy. Last bit, lift the backrest, everything's in, push it all back, click for first, second, done. Cab it's like driving a normal everyday car really. This particular model's got a 6-speed manual gearbox. It's got climate control, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. This one also has cruise control, cruise limiter, speed limiter, steering wheel controls. So nice little layout, but it does drive lovely. Also there is automatics available, which will have cruise control again, reversing camera, reversing sensors, but all in the manual should you wish. I won't bamboozle anyone with how to use the control panels. If you can drive a car, you can drive this, no problem at all. My only word of advice is if you're taking a left-hand junction, just take it a little bit wider than you normally would because it will clip the back wheel otherwise. Otherwise, that's about it. I don't know if Andy wants to just quickly turn around and show you there's a couple of other Wildaxes that are waiting to go out to new families. For the 1st of September, there's an Altair RS. There is a Solaris 6 metre special order. We've also got a Pulsar that's in the workshop being prepared for a customer that's sold. So again, register for the 1st of September 2024. So they will come on the new regs. This one's not on the brand new reg because the customer wants it before September, and it's going to Jersey, so it's going to be re-registered anyway without an age designated plate. That's about it in a nutshell. We've tried to make it as quick as possible. I'm Danny. Behind the camera is Andy. Usually he's in front of the camera. There he is. If you need any questions answered, or you'd like to talk to us about Wildax, Escape, Explore, Eldest, Buccaneer, Coachman, we're here to talk to you about anything and everything. Teas and coffees are always ready. If you'd like to get in contact with us, it's 01373 752 100. Email at sales@wiltshirecaravans.co.uk. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, obviously, because that's what we're doing now. You'll find Andy on Grindr. No, you won't. I'm joking. But anything you want, obviously look at the website. We've got stock updating daily. So as we speak today, this is Wednesday of a bank holiday week. We've done 3 already. So yeah, it's busy. Everything seems to be going on the up at the moment. We're all got some smiles on, sort of. So yeah, if you need us, you know where we are. 36 Headquarters Road on the Westbury Welts Industrial Estate, Westbury, BA 13 4JR. Cheers, guys.